Bad planning, we picked one from Baltimore. Let's welcome out this non-Canadian, the ace of cakes himself, number 5, Duff Goldman! Gimme, come on, gimme the hip jack.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start decorating the cake, start to finish. Right now, some of the stuff obviously we had pre-done, okay? But we're gonna show you all the steps. All right, you guys ready? Yeah! It's gonna be exciting. You guys ever look at a cake and you wonder, like, how do they get it so perfect, like square like this? And like, look at this big round thing, right? All right, so what you do is, and we have a thing in the bakery called a cake saw, which makes this level.
Is that a special saw, really? Like you buy that?
It's a cake saw, yeah, it literally goes like that. But
you're not buying that at Home Depot.
When you're a ninja, like I am, you can do it without the saw. Sort of. Hopefully. If you're in front of a crowd.
Ben's already talking back, right? That's the kind of ship that you run there at Charm City Cakes, isn't it?
Here's the thing, I really much encourage everybody to talk back, because if that wasn't the case, then it would be like a real kitchen.
Ben, here's the mic for a second. Talk back. Do it like that's our level.
Okay, now, every fondant cake is a buttercream cake. It just has fondant on the outside. When you get a slice of cake and it has fondant on there, peel it off, and you have a buttercream cake. Right? That's amazing.
Hey, high five.
You know, like, wow. And so the thing with fondant allows you to do amazing things with cakes. That's why we can make a cake with blinking lights and smoke machines and motors and all this stuff, because we have this shell that keeps that cake really fresh for like 2 or 3 days, as opposed to like baking the cake, putting icing on it, get it to a wedding and eat it. Now I gotta pipe this thing, right? So what I'm gonna do, I've already traced the royal logo. Okay, you see that? I traced this with an X-Acto knife. So I went through and traced all those letters. So I'm not good enough to actually sit there and freehand this thing. So now what I'm gonna do is slice this guy, just so I have some room. I'm putting some cornstarch on this pot. This pot I found sitting back here. And I was like, how am I going to pipe this thing on something that is curved? Well, I'll put it on something that's curved. Now, here's the thing. I actually can pipe and talk at the same time. So,
you asked me, when I first saw you today, because the last time I saw you was when you were in Kitchen Stadium, you said, this is going to be really boring, like, try and make me mess up. Try and, like, waste my time.
I did not. No.
You didn't say that?
Well, you are wasting my time, but no, don't.
Talk to us about piping. Talk to us about piping.
Okay. Piping is really one of the more difficult things that we do.
Is it a specific class in baking college?
It is. You actually, when you're
fail piping?
No way, man. Dude, that was awesome.
No, I said, could you? Could one
fail piping?
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, like in culinary school, grades don't really matter.
Got to keep it moving.
All right, can you see what Sophie's doing over here? Sophie is rolling fondant through a pasta machine so she can get it super, super, super thin.
This is what we call a stripper in the bakery.
In French?
No, in the bakery.
No, in French?
Strips.
You know, it's our bilingual language. Would you like to say something to our French-speaking people in the audience?
Bonjour, et puis je suis bien contente d'être ici.
Are you nervous about this?
Yes, man. Look, this is hard.
Okay.
You have no idea.
Leave you alone?
God, Kevin, Canadian little.
We're all Canadian. Well, most of us in the room.
Yeah.
And I know where you're staying. I know where you're staying, people.
When I pop this off, I'm actually going to stick this onto the round cake, like that. So if I do this piping and it's flat, when I go to bend it, all the piping will pop off and break.
Do we get to sample any of the baking today?
Do we get to sample the cake? Or are you taking the cake home?
No, I'm not taking it home. I'm sure that we will cut some of it up. Not much of it is real.
Yeah, well, okay, what about that? Can we ask you that tough question?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Okay, man, I've seen PVC go into your cakes. I've seen cardboard go into the cakes.
Okay, that was about 10% cake. 20% cake, right? The gas tank, the seat, and right behind the seat, that was the cake. Everything else was structure, foam, guitar amps, smoke machines, motors, all this different stuff. Was the cake?
Okay.
Do we have a drawing of this cake? Did you guys plan this, or is this like MacGyver?
I don't know. There's a drawing somewhere. Who knows?
Did you make it up on the plane?
Yes.
You ever watch the show, you're like, why are they always covered in powder all the time, right? It's not baby powder, it's cornstarch, right? Cornstarch keeps all these things from sticking to each other. It keeps fondant from sticking to the table, it keeps it from sticking to each other. So what we have to do is always get the cornstarch off of whatever it is that we're working with. Water is the glue for fondant. Now what happens is, you ever go to a diner and you see that big thing of sugar and you try to pour the sugar in your coffee, the big lump? You know why that happens? The sugar is sucking the moisture out of the air, right? Sugar is hydroscopic, so what happens is when you put a little bit of water on the fondant, it brings the sugar to the surface and it makes it sticky. And you brush a little bit more on the other, like on these little ribbons right here, then those get sticky, then you stick that to the cake and they don't go anywhere. You guys know what bubble tea is? All right, these are bubble tea straws. That's all these are. You get them for really, really, really cheap, and they're super, super strong. These guys can hold a lot of weight. This is what we hold our cakes up with, which might account for why they always fall over. But this is how this works.
I want to make sure,
If somebody gets green out, I'll start making vines.
because right now we're just watching Ben clean up his station, which is intriguing, but you know, it's on a couple of the TVs here. Wildly popular show that I'm just creating in my head, 30 Seconds, with Kevin Rush and Duff Goldman.
All right, ready?
Yes. No, I say, are you ready? And then you say yes. Don't throw.
Okay, wait, I got a great joke. You ready?
Okay.
I got a good, wait, let me tell you a good joke.
Okay,
Real
tell me
good
your joke.
Okay, it's a knock-knock joke.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, you start it. Start it.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
That's the joke?
Good one. We're all messed up. You're like, oh, what do I say?
I'd start having a bit of alcohol if I were you. Okay. 30 Seconds with Duff Goldman begins now. Your middle name?
Adam.
What's the name of the $1 coin in Canada?
A pound?
What's the name of the $2 coin in Canada?
Pence?
What's the name of the $3 coin in Canada?
Tripod.
What's 3 hours north of Toronto?
More Canada.
Pristine lakes in Algonquin Park. We talked about that in the green room.
And fishing.
What's the best part about what you do?
The smiles I get from my customers.
What's the worst part about what you do? The cake part, the cake business, not the television.
The cake business. The worst part is
The most challenging part.
mothers-in-law.
Oh, excellent answer. What's the most challenging part about the television process? Next question. Coolest cake you ever made?
Coolest cake, R2D2 or a life-size working motorcycle.
Coolest experience that you've had while making cakes, like that's extra stuff that you get to do.
Every kid from Make-A-Wish that comes to the bakery.
One secret thing that we don't know about you that hasn't been divulged today already. Not your hotel room number, dude.
Wow.
That's all the time we have. Thank you guys for coming out to day one of the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair. This is a new thing that we're trying down here at the Royal. I think it's going to work. I would like to see more culinary arts, culinary theater. What is the best alcohol to drink with cake?
Kahlua?
As he holds a vodka bottle. Kahlua or vodka? Kahlua or vodka, really? Now, for the people that don't like putting, say, spirit in their food or on their cake.
It's okay. Here's the thing about the vodka.
See, this
vodka,
is a tip. This is an Alton Brown tip, people.
This is Alton Brown tip. The reason why we use vodka, not water, is because alcohol evaporates really quickly. I'm going to spray this on that cake. In 3 minutes, there will be no alcohol left on it. It'll just be nice and clean and shiny.
That makes
So it's
sense.
kind of like spackling.
Yeah, it's like when you spray it on your hand, it's like really cold. You know, like when people put rubbing alcohol on your hand, it's really cold. The alcohol's evaporating off.
So can you spray some of that in my mouth just to check that it's... This is the takeaway information that people want to have. This is the learning.
Okay. Okay, do you guys see what's going on here? You see how the color's getting richer? So for every cake, depending on what it is, you know, it could be like for something like that motorcycle. That's
So the motorcycle?
so the motorcycle would be like, that was what, like been like 3-4 weeks. Yeah. We have a cake that we're doing really soon. It's a life-size baby elephant. Now, so we have one more little elephant. We were told that in Canada, red was a first place ribbon. And in America, blue ribbon is for beer, for Pabst.
PBR.
PBR, baby. What goes on there? Anything?
We have two more outstanding dessert presentations.
We do? Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah! Oh! Just in the nick of time! Oh wait, it's not sticking!
The last minute!
It's a bubble tea! Okay. Sting? Okay, no sting! There we go!
That was a quick hour.